Okay, so
My sneeze is gone.
that's calm. Okay, so welcome everyone to the second episode of the FNW podcast with your host Yousuf and Manjot. What are you saying, Manjot?
Yo, what are you saying?
Okay. So obviously there's been an eventful week for Newcastle. We have a lot of news to cover. So let's just get straight into it with the Premier League game, Newcastle v Arsenal. We won 1-0.
Yeah. In a very controversial way.
Yep. I would say there was a lot of heated issues with what happened on that game. Let's just straight up begin. So
okay, what would you overall performance of the team?
overall performance.
Yeah.
Honestly, obviously we're against Arsenal. Like they were unbeaten for like
yeah, I mean
every single game.
this season.
I would say with the injuries we've had in our lineup, I feel like we've done really well. I mean, Eddie, obviously, tactician as he is, played all the players played really well. Honestly, against Arsenal as well. I mean, Arsenal, I can't violate them. They played pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
But I would say it was more of like I would say it was more heated in the midfield area
Yeah, exactly.
most of the time because obviously our team kind of isolated Saka out. Like he was barely playing,
Yeah.
but then at the same time, Arsenal was kind of isolating Miggy and
Yeah. I mean that game, especially in the midfield, was it was ran by emotions. You could say.
yeah,
It was getting heated.
it was getting heated. Yeah,
Some certain players like Bruno, Kai Havertz was involved.
Yeah.
Jorginho, it was getting heated.
it was getting heated. There was a lot of yellows.
Yeah,
Don't know why.
exactly.
I can't lie. That ref, everyone was like saying that he should get suspended because of what he was doing.
Everyone complains about the refs in this league that they're not
Yeah.
good enough to control.
It's all
players.
corrupted and all that.
Well, I guess the most controversial thing about that game was the goal.
The actual goal itself, yeah.
3 VAR checks. 3.
Three. They were that salty that they wanted to do three.
Once not enough.
I mean, obviously, the GOAT himself, Anthony Gordon,
Yep.
scored that beautiful goal. But obviously, the issue was what people were saying that the ball, well, before it got past the thingy, Gordon, it was over the line,
Yeah.
which is why they did the VAR checks in the first place.
I mean,
What do you think? Do you think it should have counted though?
yeah. I mean, the ball was in play. Like you could see from replays, a bunch of pundits, like from Sky and stuff.
Yeah.
Even after the Arsenal Newcastle game, they did like an example showing that from an angle, from a distance, like if we're standing right here and we put the ball over there
Mm.
and we look at it, and the ball looks like it's out of line.
Yeah.
But if you do like a bird's eye view,
Yeah.
it's in.
It's
line.
like literally on the line, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was the correct decision to keep that ball in play to allow it.
Yeah, because they didn't check all angles. I mean, they didn't show the fans all the angles.
Yeah, I mean they don't have cameras everywhere. So.
Yeah, but they should start having these sort of cameras from the top because obviously, I mean, for example, the Champions League or
Yeah.
something like the big leagues, they have the cameras that check 360.
Yeah.
Whereas the Premier League, I don't know why they aren't doing that because issues like this will cause a lot of controversies and a lot of issues outside of football. For example, obviously we won, but then players like in our team, obviously Willock and Bruno, they got a lot of hate.
Yeah,
Let's just say that from the Arsenal fans.
It's kind of poor, that racism still exists.
Yeah.
Like they're just salty,
Yeah, they didn't have to go fully like literally the comments underneath. Willock got DMs like racist comments on his DMs
Exactly.
for no reason
Yeah,
whatsoever by the Arsenal fans. And then obviously Bruno under his comment section, people just violating him, calling him a cheer and everything.
Yeah, I mean, back on the VAR thing, the other two checks, they had obviously the ball if the ball was out of play.
Yeah,
But then they also had if Joe Linton fouled the defender that he was.
I think I've seen that shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because if you look at the shot, he has his hands like on the back of him,
yeah.
but it's not. In my
I would say it
opinion,
was an intentional because obviously
Yeah.
he's the way he's moving up,
Yeah.
like he has to kind of move his hands a
he
bit.
has to try and jump. He's trying to like leverage off him, kind of thing.
Yeah, he
Well,
wasn't like
obviously-
intentionally trying to push him down fully on the floor. It was just
The thing that makes it worse is that the Arsenal's player, I don't know I think it's Gabriel or Saliba. I think it's Gabriel, the defender. When he was in front of Joe Linton, he kind of squatted down to try and jump.
so he was kind of already down
Yeah,
beforehand.
but when Joe Linton laid his hands on him, he went down anyways.
So like regardless, he was gonna okay.
And then the third check was if it was a handball.
Okay, I don't know where the handball came from. I don't
No, because it kind of bounced off Joe Linton, and people were like, oh, he hit his arm or hit his hand or whatever.
can't lie.
And then it fell to Gordon. And then
I can't lie. It's just peak 3 VAR check. Fair enough, 2 or 1, but like 3, and it still got allowed. That's peak on Arsenal.
And
to
it's
be honest.
funny because even Piers Morgan had a comment to say about it. I've got the screenshot.
I can't lie. I think that game got a lot of attention from the media because of like how dodgy it was.
Yeah.
I mean, we still won.
Yeah,
So 3 points is 3 points. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, okay, I've got the screenshot.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan says, so we'll just watch the ball go out of play, then Gabriel get fouled, and then a clear offside, but VAR still gave Newcastle the goal. Just pathetic. Like, I don't know why he's trying, you know? I mean
it's
like-
not like it's happened before. There's been many matches where the VAR and the refs have been like, kind of inconsistent.
I mean,
in a sense.
even like the thing, people complain about, oh, they got robbed. Did Arsenal even look like they were going to score anyways?
Exactly, yeah. There was no like leading attacks or anything
Exactly.
towards
They
the goal.
didn't have any clear chances.
It was mostly a midfield game. Like there was barely any chance for
Yeah,
Arsenal to
I mean,
actually,
Newcastle dominated.
yeah.
They
I would
they
say.
had more chances to score than Arsenal, so I don't really know why they're complaining about getting robbed. Maybe they got robbed off a draw, but you know,
Yeah, I would say no, but at the same time, though, obviously we're talking about
Newcastle were going to score anyways.
Yeah, but not even that, because obviously, what I had an issue with the game is obviously how Longstaff got tackled really badly by
Yeah.
Havertz. I think that should have been a red card. We should have got.
Exactly.
I think it should have been a
I
penalty.
mean, people are complaining that when he slid in, it wasn't his first leg. Like, when you slide tackle, you have one leg further
One leg
out.
further out, yeah.
It was his leading leg, his second leg. Like,
Yeah.
that was that actually tackled him, so it shouldn't have been a red. But either way, you could see the intention.
I mean, he
to-
was literally, his studs were out.
he was
ready.
he was a second late. So
Yeah.
Longstaff already passed the ball away, and then
And he still went for him.
Kai Havertz just came in and just.
I'm
swiped
pretty
it.
sure he's had issues like this before, where like
Yeah,
he's done stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of dirty. So I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
you're saying if he should have got sent off. People are saying if Bruno should have got sent off as well.
oh yeah, wasn't like everyone like when Longstaff got tackled, everyone surrounded the ref and everyone got like
Yeah.
yellows. I think Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, because if you ask for a yellow, like if you say, "Oh, give me a yellow," you'll get a yellow yourself.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that. But with Bruno, I don't know if you saw, but in some of the replays, he was like doing, like, obviously how like the emotions are high.
Yeah.
It's a bit aggressive. People are saying that, Bruno kind of like was like nudging and elbowing some of their players.
Oh right, like kind of okay.
Just not like trying to.
Not like fully like giving them, like giving
Yeah.
it a little push and shove.
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
Like.
And people are like, "Oh, that's a foul. That should be a yellow. That should be a red."
Mm.
And people are like, "Oh, he should be sent off." And
I mean, it was an emotional game. Okay, if he got sent off, then obviously Havertz should have been sent off.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
either way, someone got injured. I mean, he didn't really injure anyone, did he? He didn't. Yeah, he was just
No.
shoving. It's not really.
No, but people are saying, that it should be justified. He should have got a yellow.
He got
should have
sent. Yeah,
off.
sent off. Yeah.
But I
I
mean,
don't know.
Bruno, he's an emotional player. He plays off emotions.
Yeah, and he's been playing for Newcastle for a long, long time.
If the crowd is pumped, he's pumped.
Exactly. Yeah.
If his team are like angry for something,
Obviously, he would be
Yeah,
angry. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
so
He's just reflecting the emotions of everyone else around him. Basically.
I mean, talking about Bruno and getting yellow cards and stuff, he got banned for the next Premier League game.
Yeah, we're against Bournemouth. I
Yeah.
don't think we'll have many issues.
Picked
I
up-
think
He picked up too many. I think he's picked up 6 yellow cards.
6 yellow cards.
Yeah, and that's the space of from now till the start of the season till now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're missing him, but
I mean, regardless,
think about all the other players we're missing.
well, we're missing Botman. I'm pretty sure Isaac is training again, isn't he?
Yeah,
I've heard from I think his sources that he's training again. Obviously, we're missing Barnes, Anderson.
Murphy's out for 3 months because of his shoulder.
Yeah, it's just a very injury-ridden team we have right now. But obviously, Eddie, as he is, he's sorting it out. I would say with the players we have now,
Yeah.
he is getting a good formation going every single time.
I also want to talk about their manager, Arsenal's manager.
Arteta, whatever his name is.
His post-match comments.
Yeah, I feel like
Disgraceful.
It's disgraceful. Yeah, I feel like as a manager, I feel like if you're going into an interview, you should be calm. Even if you've lost, you should be a bit calmer and go in the interview with like a calm mind. And
everyone knows, is it issue? VAR is an issue.
yeah, everyone knows that, but like
You
don't have to, like-
Everyone knows there's mistakes happen
Yeah,
every weekend.
but like you don't have to go on an interview and slate them fully off and so.
I mean, it's funny. Last time, there was a VAR incident with Arsenal, they won the game and VAR went in their favour.
Yeah, so I mean, they
What?
shouldn't really be. Was
What?
it against who again?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think it was against Liverpool or something.
I thought it was
I'm not
against. I thought it
sure.
was Man United. I
I
thought.
can't remember. Maybe it was, but
Yeah.
pretty much the VAR went into their favour, and there was a lot of controversy over that. But he said himself that mistakes happen,
Yeah.
and now
Obviously now
When
he's
this
going
mistakes
against
happen-
his own, you know.
when this mistakes happen, he's like all over it now.
So basically, when mistakes happen against his team, then he doesn't accept
Yeah.
it.
It's kind of like hypocrisy, but
Yeah.
I think he needs to take it better.
He needs to.
He needs to show more professionalism.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, in the interview we watched, what did he keep on saying? It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
He said about like 6 times. If I got like.
But do you think that his comments about VAR being disgraceful, disgusting, whatever?
Yeah.
He was talking like that to take away from Arsenal's bad performance.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Because if you look at the
because
stats,
I mean,
Newcastle dominated.
yeah, but then he kept on saying that Newcastle played well, and then
True.
he's just trying to say that they're equal, even though Newcastle dominated.
Yeah.
the whole game.
All he is just trying to say is that
He's just trying to save his
Newcastle
team.
won
Yeah,
with the VAR.
with the VAR. Yeah, like he kept on like not saying it, but then the way he was like wording it,
Yeah.
as if like Newcastle relied on VAR to actually thingy.
Now, I think even without VAR, we probably would have had another good chance to score.
Yeah, I mean he's complaining about VAR, but literally Havertz tackling Longstaff should have been a red card, but we didn't get it, so
I mean,
it could have been 2-0.
It was a good game.
It was an intense game.
Who do you think was the man of the match of that game?
Man of the match.
I'll give you, according to FootMob, man of the match was Anthony Gordon.
I mean, obviously, he did score.
Yeah.
To be fair, but then the way he scored,
I guess
can't
he
lie
was.
though.
I guess he was doing. He was doing a bit
He was doing bits
during
yeah.
the game.
True still.
Second highest score on FootMob was Joe Linton with an 8.
I mean, I would agree with
And
that.
third place goes to Bruno Guimaraes. So
I mean, I would accept it. I mean, I would accept that.
yeah, I mean, people say that Livramento deserves it. But who knows?
Yeah. I mean, looking at the ratings, honestly, I feel like it's deserved. I can't lie though. Most of the players, who I do really respect Tino.
Yeah.
He's doing bits. Obviously, he's like an apprentice of Trippier. But
Exactly.
honestly, I actually respect him after all he's done. He's for every game we played so far, he's done an amazing performance. Honestly,
Exactly.
I mean, obviously we had Trippier this match, but honestly, if he wasn't here, I wouldn't mind having Tino there on the bench. But then, I mean,
People are saying to start him.
honestly, they should after how he's playing. I mean, obviously, the issue was with the match. Obviously, there was not. Well, I mean, who was in our bench during? And obviously Tino. But then we had who else?
We had like
Lewis.
Hall.
Yeah, I mean, substituting them lot for our team would be quite difficult. I mean, they are good players, but
Yeah.
it would be pretty hard to make them play against Arsenal.
So on the bench we had Livramento, Willock, Murphy, Ritchie, Dubravka, Dummett, Kraft, Hall, and Miley.
I mean, I doubt we could play Miley. He's okay,
He's
but
very young.
he is very young. Playing against an Arsenal team as well would have been.
I think you could have done all right for the last 10 minutes. 10,
I mean, for the last 10 minutes, yeah. I
Um,
mean, when did we score? We scored.
he scored in the 64th minute.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind having subs then.
But Arsenal released the club statement.
Did they now? When
Yes.
did they?
Yes, they released the club statement about the issue with VAR. What I
Oh.
find funny is that they
So they release
issued-
a statement about the VAR, but then they don't release a statement about the racism,
exactly
about the fans.
Makes no sense. They should be better than that. Really.
I'm pretty sure they put like a Twitter thing, but like you shouldn't be putting on Twitter. You should be putting it like an actual statement from the Arsenal,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
platform.
They just tweeted it instead of like on their website. But
on their website, on Insta,
Like, they
like
put
no
the-
other
they
socials.
put their club statement for the VAR on the website. But
Nothing about the actual like.
I'll read
go
read
on.
out the club statement.
Yeah.
Arsenal Football Club wholeheartedly supports Mikel Arteta's post-match comments after yet more unacceptable refereeing and VAR errors on Saturday evening. We'd also like to acknowledge the huge effort and performance from our players and travelling supporters at St James's Park. The Premier League is the best league in the world with the best players, coaches and supporters, all of whom deserve better. PGMOL urgently need to address the standard of officiating and focus on action, which moves us all from retrospective analysis, attempted explanations, and apologies. We support the ongoing efforts of Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb and would welcome working together to achieve the world-class officiating standards of our league demands. So, I guess, they're just trying to say that they need to pattern up and do better. Like...
I mean, like, they go to all this lengths for the VAR, but then they literally don't talk about what their own fan base have literally done against Newcastle.
I mean, if you compare Newcastle, to example, we've been robbed many times.
Yeah, but we complain a bit, but like afterwards we let it go.
There is obviously the obvious pointing out, oh, this should have been better, but you don't see our club putting out a club statement, complaining.
Yeah, but the thing is, if the Newcastle fans were being like bad towards the Arsenal players, they definitely would do a statement telling everyone to like relax and calm down.
I mean, you don't see Eddie Howe complaining like Mikel Arteta.
No.
Eddie stays professional.
Every interview he's done, always professional.
Exactly.
He always talks about his players. He doesn't talk about the VAR.
Yeah.
He wouldn't.
He talks about the positives
and the negatives. He talks about both. Yeah.
He obviously acknowledges any issues if there were caused by VAR, but he doesn't, use it as a main topic to like kind of defend his team exactly, or to
like lower down like the opposition's win, because
I mean he tells the truth. He's an
honest
really
guy.
Yeah,
he is really good.
I mean, I don't know if you know Mark Goldbridges. He says that the PGMOL should be taken to court. Like,
I swear he was really salty as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Man United supporter. So.
He is a Man United.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a very controversial game.
Yeah, it was very
But I think Newcastle deserved the 3 points more than Arsenal, anyways.
I mean, the way they played, we played really well for our team formation as well. The lineup we had.
We're stacked on injuries.
Exactly. I think we're missing like all that, like eight players. Players.
I think the only major players Arsenal were missing were, I think it was their striker Gabriel Jesus and their midfielder Odegaard.
I mean, that's only 2 compared to our 8 or 7.
I guess so, but
I mean, I'm just waiting till everyone comes back together. I mean, how long will that be?
Imagine we had like Isak, Tonali, like playing Murphy.
Forget about Tonali.
We had Botman back.
Tonali just isn't. It's just peak. I wonder where he is. He probably is in Italy, just chilling.
Yeah, probably in Newcastle.
He could be, or somewhere else.
Did you watch the Spurs versus Chelsea game, or did you?
I just watched. I didn't really watch it. It's more like I looked at the goals.
I just want to quickly say that game was fiery as well.
2
red cards from Spurs.
What's going on? What
was
the score again? It was like 4-1. 4-1. Tottenham's first loss against Chelsea. Out of all teams, Chelsea. No offense to Chelsea, but
I don't even know if Chelsea fans are listening to this, but.
Nah, if you are, then I congratulate you. I mean, you got like a hat trick from what's his name?
Jackson.
Yeah, bro, he literally did the Sue as well. Like he literally did a whole celebration, Ronaldo celebration.
People hate him. I don't know why.
I don't know why. He did a good performance, honestly.
Exactly, but it was a good game, to be honest. It had lots of action. Spurs were playing well until obviously the 2 red cards.
I felt like they got really demotivated after all of that, to be honest. But respect to Chelsea.
I guess with 9 men. People are actually complaining about their manager, Spurs' manager, Ange.
Wait, but how could they be complaining if they've literally won every single match so far?
They complained about the Chelsea game.
Oh.
Because they were down to 9 men, innit? And you would think that with 9 men, they would have less players, that they would just defend. But their manager said that they wanted his players to play a lot more aggressively, a higher line, which means that.
So even if they got further down, so if the opposition went further down, they would have no chance to come back.
Well, they would all have to run back. That's just bad. People are complaining that why are you risking playing a high line with 9 players when you should have just defended?
You should have defended. It would have been 2-0 probably.
Yeah, I mean,
you still would have lost, but like you would have been a less of a humiliating loss. I mean, they played Chelsea though. You gotta respect it though.
Yeah.
After what they've been through, where they're on the table.
Clowned, I don't know where they are. I think they're still like 10th or something.
They're probably 10th or thingy. But then that kind of violates.
They're 10th in the table.
That kind of violates Tottenham, obviously. Where they on the
Tottenham
table.
are still second,
No, I would say something. I forgot about say something. But what's peak is even though we beat Arsenal, we're still on the same position, and Arsenal are in the same position.
It's because all the other Premier League teams are getting points as well, like Aston Villa, you know,
Yeah.
Liverpool, Brighton.
Mhm.
So,
As long as we're above Man U,
yeah.
then we're chilling. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Man U, you know, they recently just lost to I think it was
Copenhagen.
4-3.
I mean, 4-3.
I don't know what
But
the
at
addition is
the
with
same
addition
time,
4-3.
at the same time though, let's move on
To our Champions League game.
to our Champions League game. Unfortunately,
Dortmund versus Newcastle lost 2-0.
yeah, unfortunately.
Wait,
It's
what are your thoughts on the game?
it's just unfortunate, you know. Like, I mean, okay, I can't take away from Dortmund. They played a really good game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, the way they set it up, honestly, props to them. To be honest, I mean,
they are an experienced.
I mean, even though the
team.
way they scored, they kind of like divided it, like the area, and then just went in. It's just
Yeah.
goal.
I mean,
Honestly,
defending was poor, I would say.
yeah, it was pretty bad.
No one was marking their player that scored.
Yeah,
I don't know who scored.
I mean, to be fair though, I mean, Dortmund had a lot of pressure. Like, they just gave a lot of pressure to Newcastle, and they scored twice. I mean, at the same time though, it is a Champions League game, and we're missing all our key players at the same time.
I mean, I'm looking at FotMob, and FotMob gave man of the match to their player Julian Brandt. They gave him an 8.7.
8.7.
That's high, you know. I mean, every single one of their players got above a 7.2, I'd say.
I mean, for ours, I mean, the highest rated was Joe Linton, again, with
exactly.
a 7.1. I mean, in Pope as well, he had 7 as well.
I mean, Livramento, who's been right wing, got a 7. He's not a right winger, he's a right
Yeah,
back.
that really confused me. I looked at the lineup, I'm like, why is he there?
Trippier got a 6, which is, you know... I think everyone, as a Newcastle fan, even he probably knows that wasn't his best performance.
Yeah, I mean, we tried, but... I mean, obviously, Dortmund, they played a really good game.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't really say much. I mean, what happened? Let's see. I mean, obviously in the second half, we obviously introduced Miggy and
okay, I've got the stats. If you want to read them out.
who else?
So, guess how many shots Dortmund had that whole game?
The whole game.
Yeah. Compared to us.
Is it like below? Is it below 10?
No, it's higher.
Oh, like maybe 14,
17 shots.
17 shots.
Whilst we had 8.
And how? Okay, and how many chances?
And on target, they
Yeah.
had 8 and we had 4. So we had half of our shots on target, and they had just under half.
Gee, that's
We
pretty...
had more possession with 54% compared to 46 with them, but it's what you do with the possession.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had less possession with the Arsenal game, but we still won.
Yeah.
So like,
But, you know, when they did have the ball, they took their chances much better than we did.
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I think the biggest chance we had in that game was on the 56th minute, where obviously, what's happening? So Tino crossed it across,
Yeah.
and then obviously Joe Linton tried heading it, but it just
scored
deflected the wrong way and it hit the crossbar. That was literally the closest we got into scoring.
If he had scored that,
It would have been...
It would change the game. I don't think Dortmund would have scored. I think if Joe Linton had scored,
I feel like it would have been 1-1.
it would have
1-0.
Yeah, it would have got the crowd pumping in a way. Like, obviously we played away, right?
Yeah, but still the fans are a bit mental.
Like, it would have silenced the Dortmund crowds for at least
100%.
a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the issue now we have is we need to win the last remaining matches of the Champions League to actually have a chance to stay afloat.
Do you think Trippier should be dropped for Livramento?
That's a tough call. Cause
Obviously, you know, with Trippier comes a lot of, like, you get a lot with him. You get experience, you get consistency, you get, you know, a leader. He's a leader.
Yeah, I would say so. But then at the same time, Tino has been playing really, really well.
I mean, you can tell that.
I mean, they could test him. They could. I mean, I'm pretty sure they. They put him as a star for that game, and we lost.
But not as a right back.
Exactly.
Winger.
Yeah, as a right, and he still played well. 7.0.
I mean, when Trippier went off and Livramento moved to right back, he was brilliant.
Yeah,
he had a good game.
So are you saying it's time to kind of bench him out? Well, not bench him, but
he's aging, right? And you know, with age, you're not gonna be, unless you're like world class, you know, like Messi or Ronaldo or whoever. You're not gonna be, you know, week in week out consistent.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, with the performances Livramento has put out, he should be given a chance.
Honestly, yeah, he should be given a chance. I mean,
in the Carabao Cup game, you know, when we beat Man United and beat Man City, He got
Yeah.
man of the match both times.
Yep.
You don't just do that, you know.
That's true. And as a young, I mean, how old is he?
He's like 20,
20,
22,
22, and then
24?
Trippier and is how old?
33.
33. I
10
mean,
years difference, basically.
but that, I mean, that just goes to show how good Trippier is at his age as well, how consistent he is.
Yeah, I mean, he's experienced. He's an English international. He's played for different countries around the world. You know, he went to Spain for Atletico, and I think that's where he learned how to properly become a better defender.
Yeah.
But you know,
Honestly,
I would say Livramento should be given a chance just to see what he can do. You know, like a Bournemouth game would be a good time.
I feel like that would be
Bournemouth on a top 10 team.
true, and that would be like, I mean, even though it's our top 10 team, it'll still be a test for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
To do like a full kind of begin it and then see how far he can.
I reckon he can play 90 minutes.
He probably can.
Maybe if just to, you know, give him a rest and not risk him getting injured, you can make him play 60, 70 minutes and then bring Trippier on. You know, you
bring him near the end.
You
just
bring
to, you know.
quality on for quality.
True still. Yeah, that's true.
But, you know, the Dortmund game, we were missing 8 key players, right? If we had...
I feel like if we had Isaac...
If we had Botman back with Shaw,
yeah.
our defence would have been better. If we had Tonali back, right, he has...
his passing is really good.
He had... he has Champions League experience with Milan.
Mm-hmm.
If we had Isak back... Because I'm not going to lie, Wilson was very isolated in that game. The defenders, even though the defenders are slow, they still managed to, like, keep him, you know...
Like
out of the game.
Out of the game, yeah. It's like how we did to Saka.
Yeah, but if Isak was fit and played, I reckon he would have done more because obviously he has the ability to, you know, he has pace. He can dribble, which means that when he has the ball, instead of just looking for a pass straight away, he can turn and take on the defenders.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, obviously we don't have that now. They're all gone for now. I mean, when do you think they're all coming back together? All the main players back. When do you think around when time?
Some of them are projected to come back at the end of the year. So
it's kind of difficult. I mean, when does the season end? Obviously ends.
It's next summer, so like I don't know,
June, July. So we'll have a couple of months where when everyone's back together. I mean, obviously we won't have Tonali till the end.
Exactly.
Oh wait, and then when he comes back, this season is basically.
Yeah, but he at least have preseason to get ready and play the preseason games.
That's true.
But you know, like we have obviously people are forgetting that we have Harvey Barnes who come back.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He got injured in the Sheffield Sheffield United game.
Well, the 8-0.
Yeah, which I think if we had someone like Harvey Barnes, he would be helpful as well. You know, we could put Miggy off, put Gordon on the right, Harvey Barnes on the left, and we'd have 2 good wingers. Obviously, Gordon with his pace to cross it in.
We basically have the team formation back together, like everyone back together.
And
yeah.
Harvey Barnes, he's like experienced, or you know,
he is pretty experienced, yeah.
And you know, like cutting in on his right and shooting with his right foot.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good at that. So if we had, you know, that kind of chances, it would have changed the game, honestly.
Right, I got a question. Obviously, we're going to be against Bournemouth. So what are you thinking? What predictions for scoring? What do you think? I mean, obviously, they're not a top 10 team, but still could
3-1.
be 3-1. And who do you think scores?
I don't know. Whoever starts. It's quite hard to determine who starts.
I mean, obviously...
I reckon Gordon will get one.
I mean, obviously, with the lineup, obviously, we're going to have, obviously, Gordon.
I'd say Gordon, Joe Linton. Gordon twice, and then Joe Linton with a header.
Mm-hmm. I think something like that. What do you think of the lineup, though? What do you think? Well, obviously, I think Trippier's going to play.
Pope at the back.
Yeah, Pope.
Trippier, Lascelles, Shaw, Lewis Hall.
I'll say we'll have Longstaff, definitely.
Longstaff, Bruno, Joe Linton, Miggy.
How would Bruno play? Isn't he suspended?
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he?
Well, also, we have Willock. I mean, I don't know if you mentioned him. Willock, obviously.
Okay, I'd say put Joe Linton as the DM, where Bruno plays as the 8. Put Longstaff on the right of him, Willock on the left of him, and then left wing, obviously, Gordon. Actually, because Wilson is injured.
Wilson is injured, yeah.
So, unless... but if you could start Lewis Miley if you really wanted to.
Nah, they could, but... I mean, they could definitely. I mean, probably Probably Miley, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to determine.
I mean,
And
I'm predicting a win though.
yeah, I'd say 3-1.
So you're saying 3-1.
Yeah, just going back. To
I'm
the
not that
Dortmund
confident.
game
I would
now.
say a 2-1 just in case.
Going
Yeah.
back to the Dortmund
Go on.
game. I don't know if you saw, the Dortmund fans throwing fake and gold bars and money.
Wait, what?
They threw onto the pitch. They threw fake golden bars and money.
What for?
Now, people like the commentators initially thought that it was against Newcastle, because obviously Newcastle's owners are rich and people are like, oh, you're ruining the sport. You got oil money, but apparently,
Bro, all our haters say that we have the oil money.
but apparently it was actually meant to be against UEFA, who hold the competition.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Because
why?
I think what they're doing is next season they're allowing more teams to enter the Champions League, which means
right.
that I think UEFA earn more money,
Oh, right. Okay, so
But
it's
if-
beneficial for them, but not for
Yeah.
the actual teams.
because that means they'll have to play more.
Yeah.
And
Well, unless they make a new group, unless they add another
Yeah.
group on top.
Yeah, but
Yeah, how would that work out? Would you need to add 2 more groups to even it out?
that means more teams will play. But unless they're making it so like there's 5 teams in a group, that means they'll have to play an extra game.
Yeah.
Obviously, players complain that they play too many games.
I mean,
2-3 times
their
a week.
their jobs are pretty hard, playing every
Exactly. and
and they have to keep on
fit as well.
traveling. They have to keep on traveling to different
Exactly.
areas all the time.
They need to keep fit as well. So
Yeah, it's quite difficult.
they're
And if
complaining.
if they get ill, you really can't do much about it. You can't complain and just leave. You have to play.
I don't know if you saw on the Dortmund's Twitter, the admin,
Yeah. Oh, wait, I think I've.
the video of the goalpost.
Yeah.
He goes up to the goalpost. No, it wasn't the goalpost.
No, it was the crossbar. It was the crossbar, wasn't it? He was thanking the crossbar for like. No, wait, it wasn't. Was it that game?
Oh no, sorry. Oh, my mistake. I'm on about a different video. So,
Yeah. Okay.
so obviously, Geordie's Newcastle.
Yeah.
Dortmund on their Twitter, they put up a video. Basically, it was something to do. It was like a meme of
Right.
a Geordie guy in Germany.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it will pick up on the mic, but I'll play it for you now.
Okay.
Come to Germany. We're having a raj time in Amsterdam. I've always wanted to come to Germany.
Right, so basically he says that right in the video, and then the Dortmund admin, he tweets saying, "Hope Germany was a raj time, Scotty." Obviously at the Geordies saying, "Oh, I hope you joined Germany."
That's kind of.
Not gonna lie,
I mean, that was funny. That's funny.
The
That was
Dortmund
funny.
admin is jokes.
Yeah, he is Joey. That's funny.
With
Yeah.
the goal post in the first game.
Yeah. I mean, they're a respectable team. They don't violate.
Yeah, they're
They're not like Arsenal.
yeah, I guess so. Next Champions League game, PSG away,
We could win this. We beat them 4-1.
but that was at home.
That was at home, but now we got Dan Burn.
You have to remember
We
that we didn't have as many players injured.
Nah, true
yet,
still.
like,
Wait,
we
do
had
you have Dan Burn playing?
injured.
Oh, wait, fam. He was my guy right there, fam. He
In the PSG 4-1
was like
game,
literally the new Messi in
In
that game.
yeah. In the PSG 4-1 game, we still had Tonali.
We had everyone. We had,
We had
Isak.
Isak.
Oh, we had everyone.
Like,
I don't know how we're gonna play a game with what we. Okay,
had
no
Dan
no
Burn.
offense to our team, but like we're literally.
okay, I think we have to. If we can win, that's a bonus. But we have to aim for a draw.
If we win,
That is mad.
that is mental.
We would have beaten PSG.
But does
both
that
games.
mean PSG's bad, or we are just too good?
I think we're just better than PSG in a way. I don't know.
Yeah. Another hard game is obviously after that we're home for AC Milan. Obviously we're home, so advantage, but same time
We
we're
have to
AC
win that
Milan.
one. We have to. That's a must-win game if we want to stay in the Champions League.
Unless we beat PSG, then we just have to draw with.
Yeah. If we want to go Europa, we have to draw against PSG and win against Milan.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going to the Europa League.
Yeah, I mean it'd be much easier, but
At least we can say that we got inside the Champions League for the
Yeah.
after how long? Like 20 years?
Yeah.
I think 20 years roundabout.
we would have made it out the group stages.
I mean,
don't know, it's hard.
it is pretty difficult.
It's a real test of
if
Newcastle.
we do this somehow with the team we have, honestly, I feel like Newcastle is just becoming one of the top. Like the crazy thing is how much we've evolved from 2 seasons ago to now with Eddie. Honestly, I would say he's an outstanding manager. The managers we've had, obviously, they've been absolutely horrible. But yeah, I think Eddie's done bits.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the squad together. He's built chemistry. He's he's given, he's given the players confidence.
Yeah, definitely. Like he's supporting them in all ways.
Like,
I mean,
he's given the players confidence to the point where we've got players who under Steve Bruce, right, were shambles.
there was a shambles. Yeah.
Like he's got.
I'm pretty sure wasn't Joe Linton like hated before back
he
then?
was.
And
I
then
mean, look at him now. He's playing with confidence. He's a starter for our midfield. We've got Jamal Lascelles, who's replaced Botman while he's injured, and he wasn't the best defender we had at the club under Steve Bruce. But look at him now. He's a captain. He's leading. He's confident on the
really
ball.
well.
And so,
It's not even that. I mean, Eddie obviously Tonali's not playing anymore, but Eddie's still supporting him with the training and everything.
It's another thing of like, we have two different teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's compare Newcastle to Man United, for example. Newcastle are a definition of a team. We all play. We get everyone involved. We play together.
Yeah. I mean, outside and inside of football, we're both like, we're not going too far.
Compared to Man United, it's just full of like egos, or you could say like superstars in a way, where they
only care for themselves.
They all try to be the main character.
Okay.
You don't see them playing as a team.
Yeah, that's true.
You got Rashford, who has been playing well. Anthony, the fidget spinner, who has been playing well.
The fidget spinner, come on.
You got Bruno Fernandes, who
the crybaby, as we call him. From who called him that?
Right, Keane.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he complains like, it's just so funny whenever I see him just like fumble, just fall on the floor.
Yeah.
It just looks like he's actually gonna cry as well.
I mean, he goes to the referee, wafts his arm in the air, like, why are you doing? He always complains. He doesn't talk with the referee in a
nice manner,
in a professional way.
Yeah.
So
that's the Bruno we don't want to associate with.
Exactly. I mean, onto another little topic that just came out recently.
Yep. Oh, the thingy, the ruling.
Yeah.
The rule with the Premier
So
League.
the Premier League, I don't know, I think it's the 21st of November. They're gonna put out a vote for all Premier League clubs.
How many votes do we need again? Like,
I think it's 15 out of 20.
15 out of 20.
For it to actually go
okay,
through.
so yeah, you need quite a lot of people to actually.
They're gonna put out a rule where they are gonna ban transfers from Saudi Arabia, but also banning transfers from like clubs that own you and other clubs. So Newcastle owned by PIF, right?
Yeah.
Public Investment Fund. They're a Saudi Arabian company.
Right.
And in that company, they also own 4 other clubs in Saudi Arabia.
The what's the Al Hilal one?
Al Hilal, Al Ali, Al Etihad, and Al Nasser, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so.
They're like basically the main teams in the sense of the
and
Saudi League.
Newcastle, obviously, they're looking for a Tonali replacement, a short term.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they found one. What was his name?
So they were linked. This is all from like reports and stuff. They're linked to a player called Ruben Neves.
Right.
And obviously he plays for
Al Hilal. He plays for Al Hilal.
And people are like, oh, that's not fair. They're gonna get him easily because I mean,
obviously Saudi Arabia owned Newcastle. Saudi owned.
There's links.
There's links exactly.
And clubs like Liverpool, Arsenal, etc. They're like, oh, but that shouldn't happen. That's not fair.
But at the same time, though, like literally, if they were in Newcastle's position, they would do the exact same thing.
I mean, we're loaning him. We're not buying him.
Exactly. If we were buying him, then you could say something about it. But
it's
not even long term as well. That's just short term.
Exactly.
Until Thingy comes back.
Yeah.
Tonali comes back, which obviously,
is like. But another thing is that this has been done by other clubs before.
Yeah.
It's not just the Premier League. I think in the Championship or something, there was teams where there were 2 clubs which were owned by the same people, right? And they've done transfers between each other, but nothing was said about that.
I think it's a plot against Newcastle because we're doing too well.
Exactly.
We're getting plotted against. Blame the Man United fans. I blame them. I blame the Arsenal fans. They're all too salty.
Liverpool fans probably.
Probably Liverpool. I doubt Man City would complain, to be honest.
Oh, Man City don't care. They're too good anyway.
They're just too good, exactly. I mean, to be fair, we did beat them though.
Yeah.
We took over Manchester.
Yeah.
That's
in the Carabao Cup.
In the Carabao Cup, yeah.
I mean, I guess even in the Prem.
We beat Man City 1-0, and we beat.
No.
We haven't. No, we did. Wasn't it 1-0?
No, not in the Prem. Sorry, we lost to Man City.
Oh no, we beat Man City in the Carabao Cup. 1-0.
And then Man United 3-0.
Yeah, Man United.
I mean, I don't know. People were saying that, do Man City really care about the Carabao Cup?
I doubt it. Not really. It's not really there.
Does Pep, their manager,
I mean, they
really
literally
care?
got a treble before. I mean, they don't need another one.
I mean, they're probably going to push for another Premier League title.
No, but you know, we need the, what were you calling it? Thingy? Quadruple. That's what.
Statistically, we're in the Champions League. We're in the Carabao Cup. We're still, in the Prep. And FA Cup, we're still in the FA Cup. So,
Nah, but realistically, okay.
Newcastle is still like.
But the issue is, FA Cup fairs, we could
win.
We could
Carabao
win.
Cup, we could also win. Prem is a long stretch.
Yeah, unless we were on form, they were on some madness.
Yeah, unless we had all our players fit.
Yeah, and they were doing something crazy. They had some like magic or something.
And then Champions League, we have to beat the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen.
Unless on some miracle we beat them and Eddie just gives them power or something, like some
Honestly,
magic.
If
Newcastle win or fall, everyone has to become a Newcastle fan.
Honestly, if Newcastle beat Real Madrid, Barcelona, right, it would be like all over the news.
Definitely
Newcastle beating Real Madrid.
A small team after 20 years of being in it, like coming into the Champions League after so long.
We've just come back to the Champions League and
we were literally 11th on the Premier League, and now we've gone to this.
Exactly,
it's crazy.
We're like Newcastle, right, with Joe Linton beating the likes of Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, flipping. What's his name? I forgot his name. Valverde, flipping. What's his name? I forgot his name.
It's fine. I mean, there's a lot of top tier players. That's what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of top tier.
They've got the best youngsters in the world. Like Kamavinga, fam. There's all the memes about him. But anyways, back to the Premier League, rule thing. I'll read out. I don't know, if you know who Fabrizio Romano is. He's
I do not.
He is a reporter type thing.
Oh, okay, I got you.
He does like all transfer stuff. He tweeted out, Premier League clubs set to vote on November the 21st to introduce temporary ban on incoming loan.
See, the thing is, it's a temporary ban. Why are they doing it? They should make it permanent. Why are they making it temporary?
Oh, as soon as Newcastle are linked. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just
stop them to do it on that January.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, then we can allow it. They're just doing it on purpose, just to
So he says it needs 14 out of 20 clubs to pass motion. So if 14 clubs say we agree, we should put that temporary ban in place.
Honestly, it depends how much the teams hate Newcastle. Honestly, I don't. What do you see it passing? I don't personally. I don't see the rule passing.
I see a bunch of the top 6 clubs voting yes, but it depends if clubs like Crystal Palace, Wolves, Bournemouth.
But the thing is, if they do that,
Brentford,
wouldn't it affect them as much?
It depends if the owners of their club own another club.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's very clear, very obvious that
it's
against Newcastle.
Obviously, they're not saying it, but it's against Newcastle.
Like,
honestly,
they're not even trying to hide it, So, it's kind of sad that they're gonna try everything they can to stop Newcastle.
I mean, the thing is, one single player will not change the whole,
Well, no, but
I mean, it could, but
it still strengthens Newcastle in a way.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're gonna try out.
No, but if they're really trying a whole new ruling of the system just for that, that's a bit. Well, I would say it's a bit too far.
If they're gonna stop Newcastle from loaning players from Saudi Arabia, then
I honestly, I don't see it passing, because obviously we need how many? Do you say 14 or 15?
14 clubs.
14 clubs to allow it. I doubt it will happen unless they really, really want to stop whatever the transfers we're doing.
Okay, good news.
Yep, go on.
Alexander Isak on course to return before end of November.
End of November.
So this month he'll be back. Not bad the Bournemouth game, but maybe.
I mean, what's the date today? Today's the
7th? No, 10th.
10th. So basically, on episode 5 or 6 of this. I know.
I'd say 4.
I'd say episode 4 of this podcast.
Yeah.
He'll probably be back, and we'll be talking a lot about that.
I mean, if you look at our matches, we've got Bournemouth and then Chelsea. Maybe he'd be on the bench by Chelsea, because Chelsea.
Yeah, I doubt he would want to risk.
We're against Chelsea on the 25th of November. and then we're against PSG on the 28th. So
We'll need him fully vested for the PSG
we need
game.
him for PSG.
We need him, yeah. Oh, so you're saying he'll definitely beat Mom?
Well, I hope so.
I hope so,
I
yeah.
hope to see it on the bench by Chelsea by the
Yeah,
28th.
if he's back by then, he'll give a lot of confidence for that game, honestly.
Other good news, Eddie Howe on Harvey Barnes, he says that he's just started running. Fingers crossed he's on the right path. He's one that wouldn't be too far away from after the international break. So after the Bournemouth game, there's a 1 week international break.
All right, and you're saying that he might be back after.
Hopefully he's back training, and ready on the bench.
Hopefully he just doesn't trip. Then it's gonna be
I don't know.
long
It was
day.
quite a weird injury because it just kind of. It's not like
What
something.
was it? Was it like a hip?
No,
kinda,
it was with
or-
his toe.
Oh, his toe.
It was something with his foot, and I don't know. He didn't really get kicked or anything. He just.
I think he did it himself in a way. So basically, he did
Yeah.
for example,
Also, another disgrace.
go on.
Southgate picked his England squad for the international break.
Oh no.
Everyone's raving that Anthony Gordon should be on there.
And what happened?
Didn't get picked.
Who got picked?
Well, I don't know. Well, people are saying that he should be in the squad.
Wait, no, but if he got picked, would he not be playing for Newcastle?
No, he would, but during the international break, after this Saturday or Sunday's game against Bournemouth,
Yeah.
there's no Premier League action next week
Oh, so then.
because of the international break. Everyone's going to go. All the England players who got picked will go to the England squad.
Oh,
People are
right.
saying Anthony Gordon should go as well because he deserves it.
He deserves after the whole performance and everything he's done.
But Southgate, the England manager likes his
Wait,
favourites.
what's going on with the England? What is it for? Swear we can hear multiple voices. What's going on?
I think it's
I'm a bit concerned now. This podcast is haunted now. Ain't looking good. Yeah.
another podcast room, is it?
Yeah, there could be another podcast room. Well, we got competition then. Anyways,
I mean, look, it's disappointing. Like people should really.
I feel like Newcastle has had a lot of things against them. But even against all odds, we're still doing well. We're still doing bits, in my opinion.
No return date for Sven Botman. We need Sven Botman back.
Wait, what happened to Botman again? What happened to him?
I don't know when it was, but he's done something with his knee.
I can't lie. We've had a lot of weird injuries in our
Exactly.
team. Obviously, okay.
A lot-
Bruno suspended.
Yeah.
Botman's injured, obviously. That
Yeah.
knee thing. Harvey Barnes, another toe
Foot.
kind of injury kind of thing.
His foot,
He's a groin injury kind of somehow.
yeah.
Basically, every player that we got injured kind of fell or moved in a
They
wrong
did
way.
it themselves.
They did it themselves, exactly.
It's not to do with Eddie Howe's intensity or something. It's just the fact that it's a poor. It's just unfortunate, really.
I feel like it was it's not even due to fitness levels.
I mean, Dan
it's just
Burn's injured because his back.
Yeah.
He fell awkwardly. To Matt Targett, the Carabao Cup game against Man United.
Yeah.
At the very start, he got injured.
Oh yes.
I think he pulled his hamstring or something.
Yeah, it was a bit. We got a bit worried when that happened. Literally in the first, but
And then that's when Lewis Hall went back to left back.
yeah, but we won 3-0. So
But we need. We've got our main left backs, Dan Burn gone. We've got our backup left back, Matt Targett gone. So now Lewis Hall needs to step up.
and if he does, then against PSG though,
Well, we got Bournemouth next, so I reckon he should play that. Oh, he probably will.
I
play
feel
that.
like
I think Hall and Liverpool.
I think Hall or Miley will play. It'll either be one of them. I don't know who, but definitely I feel like obviously Livramento, he definitely should play
Yeah.
as a starter. I feel like it'd be a good idea, honestly.
Yeah. Just telling him to leave because we can probably hear us.
Wait, what do you mean?
You know that like laughing noise. It was
Yeah.
them.
Oh right,
Yeah. So
fair enough. I mean,
Telling
if you're hearing random laughs and it was from a
Yeah.
different
it was some fans outside.
yeah, some of our fans, yeah, like them 2 fans we have, just there chilling.
Uploading us on our
Oh, well,
amazing
yeah.
podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, the first podcast we got 34 views, pretty decent for our first one.
Yeah.
The issue was the static. So right now, there's
I hope
no
the sound
static.
quality's better.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, no static right now. I hope.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anything else to talk about during football? I
I
mean, Chelsea. Well, Chelsea at home after Bournemouth.
Yeah.
That's a winnable game.
That's definitely.
Where do you think we'll finish at the end of the season?
End of the season?
What?
Honestly, I would be happy. That's a hard one. Where did we finish last season for?
Yeah.
I reckon 5.
Do you think we'll finish above Man United?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't even need to look at future matches. That's okay. Unless my comment doesn't age well, I'm pretty sure it'll go. I'll tell you what I think it'll go. It'll go. I don't know if Man City will be up or top again. I feel like Spurs might do something. I mean,
Spurs have lost a lot. In the Spurs game as well, they got a lot of players injured.
Yeah, that's true.
James Madison went off injured. The defender Van der... Sorry, I don't know his name. Let me quickly check.
Go on then. And then after you do that, I'm going to do a little prediction on what I think the ending table will be like for the season.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Was it Sunday or was it played? No, it was Monday, sorry. Let me check the lineup. So, Van der Ven got injured.
Right.
The centre-back Romero got sent off. The left-back Udogi got sent off. No, yeah. Madison got injured, I'm pretty sure. And he's a key player for them.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, they are suffering a lot of injuries as well. Not as many as
true.
us.
We've had a terrible run in with the injuries, to be honest.
I think Van der Ven, the defender, pulled their hamstring. And I don't know if you know how long it takes.
That takes a long
It
time.
takes months.
Yeah, so he's kind of out for basically majority of the time.
Madison withdrawn. He was picked for England, but he withdrawn from the England squad.
Oh, so you're allowed to he's just allowed to say no?
Yeah, I think he's injured, that's why.
Oh, okay. Should have picked Gordon then, honestly.
Exactly.
Anyways, okay, my predictions. I think Man City will just have it again.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then I feel like, I don't know, it's a bit of a hard one. You know what, Liverpool's done pretty well. Could be Liverpool second. Or Tottenham stays. I think it goes Man City. I would say, depend how Tottenham recovers. Tottenham, then Arsenal, then Liverpool.
Liverpool are a strong team.
Yeah, I would say Newcastle 5. Fifth, yeah. I mean, fifth right now is Aston Villa.
Yeah.
What, you reckon full?
Fifth or sixth.
Fifth or sixth. I reckon
it's gonna be
a hot, it's really, really
because
close.
Last season, obviously, Liverpool were doing shocking, Tottenham were doing shocking, Chelsea were doing shocking.
I mean, we were winning basically every game.
So there were 3 spots that were for us to take. But now those teams are not doing shocking.
Exactly.
It's much, much, much harder.
Literally the point difference between...
Even Brighton are doing well.
Yeah. I would say, I reckon we're fifth and Man United.
I would be happy for fifth.
I'll be happy with fifth.
I don't mind if we don't get Champions League again, but if we get Europa...
I mean, if we get Europa... I mean, either one, I'll be happy because that's just bits. That just shows how much...
Yeah.
With the injuries we've had as well.
Yeah. I mean...
I feel like it's well deserved. I reckon Man United is... Man United 20th. I feel like they'll be by the ball.
I mean, you never know at this point. I don't know if Ten Hag will even last this season. You might get sacked. You never know.
Bro, I can't Ten Hag. He's something. He's a manager, that's it. I can't really say much about Ten Hag.
He's a genius. He's a
genius for anything but football.
He's a master of his craft.
Oh yeah, definitely with his tactics. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, bro, honestly, I feel bad for the Man United fans.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like they're too emotional. They get too salty. Honestly, I mean, we know a Man United fan. I mean,
yeah,
and they're pretty salty. All I can't like
praying for our downfall.
Praying for our downfall. I mean, I think every single fan is always against Newcastle, praying for our downfall. Sometimes it does work.
It's just the fact that Newcastle are doing so well.
As a small, okay, we're not a small team anymore. Back then we were a small team.
Well, it's not even that. The reason why people call Newcastle a small club is because we haven't won like a major.
We have
trophy.
a major trophy.
If you really want to count the recent trophy we won like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, that was like 5-6 years ago.
It was a championship.
But that's
second division.
It's not very much. I mean, what about the FA Cup? I mean, if we win that, then
Carabao Cup is more likely. I think we knocked out Man City, Man United.
Yeah.
We got Chelsea.
We got Chelsea. Yeah. And the thing is, though, I feel like the final will be West Ham v Newcastle. That's what I'm predicting. West Ham have been doing pretty good.
I don't know, I feel like just knowing Newcastle's luck, it'll be against Liverpool or something.
Could be against Liverpool.
And then
you can't deny this though. Our luck against teams have been terrible.
Exactly.
We're literally going.
How are we getting Man City first and then Man United?
And then in our Championship League grouping, we have Dortmund, PSG, and AC Milan. Imagine we were Barcelona. Yeah, we'd be long day.
I mean, Man United is a group. They've got Bayern Munich who are absolutely killing it.
You know what? talking about Man United grouping. Man United v Copenhagen. What happened?
4-3.
4-3.
Pretty sure they lost to Bayern Munich 4-3.
They did. They lost. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they lost to Galatasaray 4-3. Wait, hold on. I need to check this. If they lost 4-3 on all their games,
You can't deny though the way we're losing it. It wasn't really like Okay, to be fair, it was pretty close for them, but
yeah, I mean 1 goal difference. They just can't seem to keep a lead.
yeah.
But
I mean, to be fair, we can't really talk because obviously we're still bottom of our grouping.
yeah, but we got a harder group.
Exactly, we got PSG, AC
We got
Milan.
like a bunch of 8 to 10 players injured. So
Exactly, yeah, true. So we can't really they can't really complain saying that they have a hard time
yeah, exactly.
because we literally have, it's quite difficult.
We've got it harder in terms of the group. Like, not to take away from teams like Galatasaray and Copenhagen. They're a good team, but
I mean, they definitely are a good team. They're being Man United
Exactly.
back and forth over and over again.
yeah. But
It is pretty shocking, to be
so-
honest.
let me look at the table. They're last on the table with 3 points.
And how much are we points wise?
I think we've got 4 points.
Okay, so as long as we're above Man United, it's fine.
So by a
Point.
point. though.
I'll take that point. I'll take it, honestly.
I think it's so 4 points for Newcastle, 5 points for Milan, 6 points for PSG, and 7 points for
Right, so we need to win at least one of the games to stay afloat. What are you thinking? Do you think it'll happen?
to stay to get out the groups or to go Europa League.
To go Europa?
If we want to go Europa League, we have to draw against Milan. No, we have to draw against PSG.
How if we win both?
Well, we'll get out the group stages. I think we'll get second.
Oh, okay.
So
It's possible.
it just depends.
It
on
does
how we
depend. To be
do.
fair, even if we do get kicked out, then
Yeah.
it was still a good memory that we did last a while in the Champion League.
Well, if we can get Champions League again this season,
It'll be
and
pretty insane.
we'll have all our squad back, plus more players we'll bring in.
And we'll have Tonali as well back as well.
Yeah, we'll have more players back.
It just depends how we play the season this time.
And
No, we was remember when we clocked that we got inside the Champions League for the first time. Now we were so hyped, honestly. And then obviously,
the thought of players like Mbappe come to Newcastle.
yeah. Unfortunately, though, when we saw that, we saw the what's it called, like the polls and all that to see who we were actually against. Yeah, that's when our faces kind of, obviously, we against PSG.
Yeah, when they actually made the groups, it was.
It was a bit peak. I mean,
mean-
some Man United fans were laughing. So
I mean, like when they were making the group, they were like picking out.
it was so rigged from the start. I would say it was rigged.
I mean, it's like written in the stars that
That we're
Newcastle,
literally going to
right?
be against every
Newcastle,
single
the team that just come back from the Champions League, go into the group of death.
after 20 years.
Like it's just a perfect story.
you
isn't it?
know it's bad if they're calling it the group of death. You know
Exactly.
it's pretty.
Well, it's because they got Dortmund, they got PSG, and they got flipping Milan.
Yeah.
3 clubs that are Champions League stars, I would say. Like they
Mhm.
always get Champions League.
every single time, and we literally gone after 20 years.
And Newcastle, right, a team that have before the season prior.
We were 11th, weren't we?
Yeah, we just survived relegation.
Honestly, it's a bit crazy.
So
Honestly, it's respect.
yeah, exactly.
Right, so we're almost near the end. Let's just say what. So next podcast, episode 3. What will we be talking about? The Bournemouth game,
Mhm.
and when's the Chelsea game for the Carabao Cup?
Next week there's no games
Next week, no games.
because of international breaks,
Ooh.
unless you want to talk about the England games.
We talk about we'll do that. We'll talk about the England games.
Because there will be like streamed or whatever, so we can watch them.
Definitely.
talk
yeah.
about the performances. Actually, who are we against?
So wait, so what matches are happening? Like, what exactly is happening next
The
week?
Bournemouth game this Saturday. Or
So we'll have the
Sunday.
okay. So definitely next episode, you guys will hear
So
us talk
I think
about.
it's either tomorrow or Sunday is the Bournemouth
Okay,
game.
so yeah, so next episode we'll definitely talk about the Bournemouth game.
And I don't know when. I can quickly check when England have their game. So next Friday, England versus Malta,
What time?
7:45.
Oh yeah, so we're definitely gonna miss that.
And the Monday after that, it's North Macedonia versus England.
Did you see we're against Malta? Did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely next episode
We have to win both games.
We'll have to win both games, yeah. I mean, Bournemouth game, we'll definitely talk about the Bournemouth game, and we'll do some little predictions and lineups for that England game. And we'll talk about Gareth Southgate just generally as a
Another quick
manager.
topic.
Go on then.
Obviously, the thing is, right, England have so much talent in
Yeah,
their team, right?
yeah, definitely.
Gareth Southgate doesn't know how to use it properly. He doesn't know how to use it to the full
I mean, okay, but
potential.
then you say that, but like, would you say you want Eddie as our England manager then? If that happens, we lose so much for Newcastle. Literally, this podcast might actually get cancelled of how badly we might do if we lose him.
Well, it depends on who replaces him, really.
Yeah, true still.
But I know for a fact Eddie can
Match without Ten Hagen.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I would actually.
Would you just change teams?
I would not expect Newcastle to win more than half the games in the Premier League.
No, definitely not.
Like, Eddie Howe was such a good manager. He's a perfect manager for Newcastle.
He honestly is, yeah.
He would be a perfect manager for England because he knows how to make a group of players a team, how to work in a team. You know,
Yeah, to build up chemistry and everything.
he's all about teamwork. He's not this selfless guy that takes credit for everything he does. He doesn't complain about little things. So I think Eddie Howe, he's a perfect manager for Newcastle and England. I'd like to see him at England one day, in a couple of years' time.
In a couple of years, I would say like in 5 years.
Yeah.
Definitely not now.
Let's say he wins like a couple of trophies for Newcastle, yeah. And then he gets offered the England job and wants to tackle on a new challenge. I wouldn't mind seeing him do it.
Definitely.
He could win us the World Cup. You never know.
He definitely. If that happens,
Eddie Howe winning the World Cup.
Eddie Howe will literally. There should be a statue of him at that point.
He will be named as the greatest manager, the greatest English manager.
Definitely, I would say so. Yeah. I mean, right now he's doing bits, but like all he needs to do for his legacy right now is win something big.
I mean, do you think we could win the Carabao Cup this season?
Yeah,
I think we could.
I feel like we could, and it'd be like the first time. Would
The
it be
only thing that knocks us down, injuries.
injuries? Yeah.
That's the only thing.
The thing is, and that's the thing. Yeah. If we win the Carabao Cup with the injuries we've had, the legacy he's actually done is incredible.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Like it's
it's amazing. Honestly, what he's done.
But I hope.
I hope we do bits. That's what I'm saying. Hope we do bits.
Yeah, exactly. Like
With the injuries
we
we've
have
had,
such a good chance to win the.
I think there's in our team there's so much talent.
Exactly.
Like
We've got so many good youngsters, but it's just the injuries that are killing us, man. Like you
Yeah.
understand how
the young
injuries-
players right now, they have talent. They just
If we didn't have all these injuries, we could beat the Champions League teams.
yeah, we'd be no. I think we'd be less worried about the matches right now. That would thingy.
I mean, even against Bournemouth, obviously, Bournemouth aren't like,
yeah, but the thing is, anything can happen.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, anything can happen. I mean, obviously, Chelsea v Tottenham.
Yeah,
4-1,
exactly.
I mean-
it's you can't overestimate a Premier League team because they're in the Premier League for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because it's either they're in the Premier League or in the Championship. Yeah, which we were in.
But either way, and you
Bro, imagine we had Sunderland in the Premier League.
yeah. I mean, we get derbies again.
Yeah, that's true.
England versus you get these London derbies. You get your Manchester derbies.
Yeah,
We haven't had a Northeast derby in ages.
yeah. I mean,
The last time we had one was like 8 years ago, I think.
there's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
We're progressing.
Chelsea had Sunderland are just shit. They're just not good. I mean, I don't know.
Look, all the Sunderland fans will locate you in the next couple of days when this podcast releases.
I mean, look, we're Newcastle fans. We can't like.
Yeah, that's true. We're basically as this podcast. We're just reviewing.
Sunderland are 8th in the Championship. I don't see them coming up.
Nah, definitely. Who's top right now?
Leicester.
Leicester.
Leicester are definitely going to come back. Southampton are 4th. Leeds are 3rd. Ipswich are 2nd.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Leeds.
Yeah, Leeds are doing. They're doing all right.
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Honestly, Okay, I forget about football. 1 second. Honestly, you pointed this out. There's no static. This whole time, there's no.
no.
Honestly,
I mean, there's been like a couple seconds.
every few seconds, but like
but it's
overall,
not
no
constant.
static. Honestly, that was the main thing for me. That static was
I actually do
annoying.
think it was down to the fact that the wires were.
Yeah, I can't lie. The static last episode was absolutely terrible. So yeah, we'll hopefully upload this podcast maybe Friday night.
Yeah, we'll release it tonight.
Hopefully, and then
Also, okay, one last thing I find funny.
Go on then. One final thing.
Liverpool are on the Europa League. And Liverpool are a strong team. They
Yeah,
are
I would say
Champions
so.
League. They're
Yeah.
Champions League worthy.
Wait, on the Arsenal in the.
No, Arsenal are in Champions League as well.
Oh,
In
right,
a
okay.
different group.
Oh,
But-
right.
Arsenal.
I think Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Last night they were against a team called. Okay, they're spelled TOU
TOU.
LOUSE.
How do you pronounce that?
I think it's Toulouse.
Toulouse. Toulouse.
Toulouse. Liverpool Toulouse. They lost 3-2 to them.
Oh, okay. So Liverpool Toulouse 3-2. That's what happened. They
Yes.
lost to Toulouse.
Yes, they lost Toulouse 3-2. I don't understand.
I call that every time you say Toulouse.
So it's a strange team name, but they lost
I
either
mean,
way.
they predicted. Yeah, so basically Toulouse predicted Liverpool's loss.
I mean, look. Obviously, their manager Jurgen Klopp. Guess what he was complaining about?
Oh, what they are again?
Yeah.
Oh my! Yeah, just
There was
see.
a
It's these kind of teams who always complain VAR when it's against them. If it was for them, they wouldn't.
I mean,
they wouldn't. They wouldn't say
yeah,
anything.
he did admit that they didn't perform well, but obviously there's that casual dig at VAR. That they have to sort out.
So wait, so
shit.
in a sense, they're basically downplaying
Yeah.
that.
They're
yeah.
just trying to cover up the
their
bad
loss.
game.
Their loss. Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, if they're losing to them,
Then I mean that just shows a lot
yeah.
about the team. To be
I
honest.
mean, the fact that we beat PSG and drew against Milan.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not.
So hopefully next episode.
I mean, they're still top of the table.
Yeah, that's true. So hopefully next episode we cover the Bournemouth game and do some predictions for the England game against Malta.
Malta and
Malta.
Macedonia. North Macedonia.
That we'll win that. We'll definitely win the North Macedonia one. Definitely.
Yeah.
The Malta one, yeah, probably win that as well. Is that for that's for the World Cup? Oh,
No, these games are for the Euros.
for the Euro. Oh, the Euros. I beg we don't get robbed. We got robbed last.
The World Cup is happening 2026.
We got robbed last Euro Cup against. We were against
We lost against Italy
Italy. Yeah,
in the final.
the one Italy I do trust is Tonali, but he's not here anymore. So.
Actually, another thing. Okay, you remind me of an Italian.
I'll go on then. Go on then.
We are linked to a winger
Okay.
in the January window. His name is Federico Chiesa. He
That's
plays for
a
Juventus.
second name right there. That's
He's
a second name.
another Italian. He plays for Juventus,
Oh.
and
Wait, who would you replace? Or would you say an addition to the team?
he'd be on the right wing, I'd say. So he'd play on the right wing. So he'd probably replace Miggy. Maybe if he's injured, anyways. But he's linked to Newcastle.
In what? In what way?
Representatives of Newcastle have spoken to Chiesa's agent,
Right.
and Chiesa also hasn't signed a new deal, like a contract extension with Juventus.
Right.
So that kind of
in a way that
means that he wants to, maybe look for a new club. And the fact that Newcastle representatives have talked with Chiesa's agent,
could
where
potentially mean
that it could be closer than any other teams, because Chelsea are linked with him. Chelsea's linked with everyone. They buy everyone.
and where they're on the table are pretty low. So
Yeah. I mean, we've got Champions League.
yeah,
They
that's
don't.
true.
So honestly, if we sign him in January, it'll be a really good signing.
We need it about that ban. If there's that temporary ban, I doubt will happen. But if that does happen, then we're kind of screwed, in a sense.
No, but that's only for Saudi Arabia.
That's true. Oh wait, yes, that's true. That wouldn't stop us. That's true.
But I guess like a plan B for Newcastle, if they're not allowed to loan Ruben Neves from
The
Saudi Arabia, they
yeah.
have another midfielder linked from Man City called Calvin Phillips.
Calvin
He's
Phillips.
a defensive midfielder,
Right.
so he would play where Bruno plays. Bruno wants to play further up the pitch, like he wants to play a more attacking role.
And
But
right.
he plays a defensive.
Also, if that happens, he can move a bit more forward.
Exactly.
Fair
But
enough.
then where would you put Joel Linton? Because Joel Linton plays further up. Unless you want to put
Pull him back a bit. In a sense.
unless there's a change of formation, or you
Oh yeah, it would be quite hard. They'd have to fully change
unless
it
you
up.
drop Longstaff and put Bruno on the right. Jordan
Oh,
on the
I
left.
couldn't have the Longstaff has done a bit for our defense. You can't deny that.
I don't know. It's quite hard to think.
We also have to link the chemistry as well. The
I
formation.
mean, that's I guess to do. If we buy these players,
It really depends
early.
on It really depends on Eddie as well. What he wants
Exactly.
for the team.
If we buy the players early in the transfer window in January, they'll have a couple of weeks to get
used to the environment and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good for Tonali as well. Having another fellow Italian in the team.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
I
hope we
There's
can.
a massive crowd outside. There's our fans. There's like 20 up. Actually, I don't even know how. Imagine just start storming the room. And we've locked the doors, but like, it'd be a bit thingy. Anyways, that's all the football news we've had. I mean, to be fair, we mostly cover football. In the boxing, there's really nothing happening. And yeah, I mean, when we start inviting guests, we'll definitely start talking about more stuff. I mean, if people do actually watch our thing and then put comments of what they want to... I'll ask other people what they want to talk about. Yeah. But yeah, we're mostly talking about our Newcastle updates and whatever, transfers and everything related to that. Yeah. So definitely next episode, we'll talk about the Bournemouth game and the England games.
So
yeah. And any new transfers that Manjot can find.
Yeah. I mean, I hope we're linked to some.
I hope so. And hopefully that new rule doesn't...
In the month of January, it'll be a good time to podcast because
definitely
there'll be lots of news every week with links.
Definitely.
Like, are we gonna buy this player, etc.
Yeah, even if we don't have much news, we'll still talk about random stuff regardless. So there'll be a lot of random bloopers as well. Depends. I mean, today nothing really happened. There's no static.
It's something to do with the wires.
I feel like it was the wires. Anyways, we're all done now. Any last words about? Anything? Any last words?
Not really. You can do the outro if you want.
Well, it's been a great podcast. Episode 2. Episode 3, obviously. I don't even know. It depends on what happens. We're predicted to do a podcast every week.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Planning to do 1 week.
Once a week, yeah. And if anyone comments, then yeah, we'll do whatever. We'll talk about whatever, to be honest.
Comment down below any suggestions of topics.
Yeah. And definitely we'll start making shorts. Someone needs to get on to that. To thingy. Yeah, okay, of course the start comes in now when I'm about finish. So yeah, hopefully, whenever you guys are watching this, hope you've had a great day or night. And yeah, this has been the FNW podcast. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to go on the bloopers.